incision near your penis. Anyway, welcome everybody back to the show. Once again, we like to keep it locked and loaded with information. And as always, best co-host in the whole entire world. We got Javis over here. How you doing, Javis?
I'm doing great, and I am next to the best host in the world as well. So thank
You
you for
damn
putting all
straight.
of this together.
Do the deep voice. You damn straight. So, we're gonna continue where we left off before, which was Javis telling us about an app called Sofa. So, what is Sofa?
Okay, it's an organizing app for you to take all of the junk that you love
Mm-hmm.
and you throw it on the sofa. So basically, you basically organizing. There's a section that's called the shelf. So you can put things on the shelf, or you can just put it into your own group. If you don't know, if you're like, you know what, I just read this book or I just watched this movie, but I don't want to put it into any of my groups. I don't know where it goes. There's a group called the pile. So you throw everything into the pile that you're just like, I really don't know where any of this would should go. So I'm just gonna throw it on the pile. I'll figure it out in like a month. And so they have all you're doing, but the thing that makes this so different to me is you have organizing apps out there where you just type in what you want and then you can organize it by name or by title or whatever. With this, it actually has preset uh, what you're looking into. So the if you type on the book section and you type in the name of a book, that book will actually come up and you can click on it and add it to and then add it to the group. And then if people are scrolling through that group, they can click on that book and it'll give a description of what that book is. It'll have the picture of the book, everything like that. So it does that for TV shows, it does that for movies, it does that for all of that. And I've always wanted that. I didn't want something where I'm just typing, my name. I can go on, create a notepad and do that myself. This is the first one of the first organizers I've seen that actually has the presets like its own database so that you can actually look up what you're looking up and it has the exact same picture of the movie you just watched or the book that you're currently reading and you can put it into whatever group you want. So I actually changed the groups around so the groups will actually um are preset with a name. It's like books to read or movies to read. I was like, that's not, I don't want to make a list of stuff that I want to do. I want to make a list of stuff that I've done. So I don't forget. So I created a couple of groups, including movies that I've seen. Coming up next, so the next four movies that I plan on watching, let's play catch up. So something that came out long ago but has a continued movie that came out the year that I'm watching it. That means that at some point in time, I need to go back and watch the older movie so that I can catch up to the next. So I'm just creating all of these groups and it makes me want to watch. I got back into comic book reading. I got back into movie watching. It just makes it fun for me. So going into movies that I've seen. So a couple of the ones that I watched, and I just started this like a week ago. So, a couple of the ones that I've watched while I've been on this craze is The World's End, we talked about last episode,
Mm-hmm.
Scary Movie 5, Oz the Great and Powerful,
Mm-hmm.
Oculus Mama, The Croods, After Earth, Adore, and 47 Ronin. 47 Ronin was actually pretty incredible with Keanu Reeves. I did not know I would like it because this was 10 years ago. So this was a time where they weren't necessarily still making movies where it's all about, the Asian culture, but it centers around white people. So I thought it was one of those movies, but it wasn't. Keanu Reeves is in the movie, and even though yes, it's said he's one of the main characters in the movie, they write in the fact that he is white. They write in the fact that he's really not supposed to be there. And I appreciate that a lot more than them just saying, he is a samurai, blah 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 blah. And so it's just like, no, they literally they found him at birth. They don't know, where he came from, or they do know where he came from. He was born into slavery kind of a thing. And so now he's a samurai. So I don't know. So yeah, so it's just like so I'm just enjoying the ride of going back and being into all of this stuff that I missed. And some of the stuff I'm watching, I'm like, I cannot believe it's been 10 years and I missed some of this.
Is there a setting on your camera that allows you to flip your camera?
I think so.
Check on your settings right now because it's going to bring up a good point if you can do it.
Okay. That's
So there should be
disabled.
a setting on your camera that allows you to flip the camera. Where I think if you click on the cog somewhere, I think it's there. It
Okay.
is. Yep. Do it again. Perfect. Now sit back. It took me a whole episode for me to realize his sweatshirt says Hufflepuff.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, I'm listening to everything he's saying. He's not playing Hogwarts Legacy, but yet he's wearing a Hufflepuff shirt. And instead of him talking about Hogwarts Legacy and Hufflepuff, he's instead talking about here's a movie that back from 2014. Is it 14 or 13?
13.
13 that I finally got a chance to see. I don't know if you guys have heard of this Lord of the Rings. Have y'all heard of this? Incredible. So, but yeah,
That's what I'm on right now.
like, oh my gosh. Like what I want to talk about is that sweatshirt. I need to find a one that's like that's Slytherin because that's who I represent. Slytherin. Uh,
Oh God.
yeah, I think I always knew I was Slytherin, but I just didn't feel like I could say the word Potter. Exactly. So every time I try to say Potter, it doesn't come out the way that what's his name? Malfoy said it. So
Yeah, no, you are 100% a Slytherin
thanks.
to down to your core.
Oh,
Um, which they teach you. Slytherin is not evil. It's Slytherin is just ambitious. At the end of the day, they are most likely to be evil simply because a lot of them will choose ambition over love or
Wall
anything
Street.
like that. But
Right. Wall Street.
you said what?
Wall Street.
Hey, exactly. That's Slytherin.
Very ambitious. Yeah.
So yeah, I do have, and you guys should go out and get your own sweaters from Box Lunch because Box Lunch has a lot of Harry Potter stuff, a lot of Harry Potter gear. I love clothes clothes that are just great designer type clothes, but happen to also be about a nerd subject that I love. So I don't want a shirt that just has the cover of, I don't know, the cover of like Demon Slayer. I don't want a shirt that just has the cast and like the front art of season one poster. I don't want that. I want a shirt that is a really great designer shirt, and then at the top right you notice a symbol that happens to be in something in season two of Naruto that only fans of that show would even know that it is. That's the type of clothes I like to wear. Even though it says Hufflepuff across the front, Harry Potter people that are not Harry Potter fans are only going to recognize it if it says Harry Potter. So, if only a Harry Potter fan would know what that this is a house, what house it is, what this means, the fact that I am a Hufflepuff, and the fact that I'm wearing all of the colors represented for them. So,
House, by the way. In
you
case you
said
got
what?
it's the worst house of all of them.
No, it isn't. Are you kidding me? Gryffindor is honestly the worst house, which is funny because people talk about it all the time. They're like, literally, they made a movie about the absolute worst house. All any fan wants is for them to make a movie about Ravenclaw or well, Ravenclaw would be kind of boring in my opinion. What I was saying, Hufflepuff or Slytherin, because that would be the most. Those would be the two most interesting houses. Hufflepuff was the party house anyway. But yeah,
Hufflepuff
I
existed.
huh.
Hufflepuff was like, we need another name. I don't give a fuck. That's what they say. Just say Hufflepuff.
And we got Cedric Diggory, who is one of the greatest
My
Hufflepuffs of
boy.
all time.
My boy.
All time, Cedric Diggory will go down in glory because
The
of
great.
all of the stuff, the amazing things that he did. And I actually got somewhere in this room. One year, I went to a convention and I actually got people that handcraft each person's wand in Harry Potter, and I got them to give me Cedric Diggory's wand, which is incredible. It just looks so awesome.
Is it broke?
So no, it's not broken. But I believe that if you buy Ron's wand, it comes broken.
That
It-
would be really cool. I like that.
yeah,
Speak all of that, and I know we're just flipping subjects. Is what we tend to do on the second episode of a week period. Are you going to Awesome Con?
I'm going to try. I have it in my plans. I have all of this PTO saved up. I have like over like 130 hours of PTO that I have not used.
Because you know Amy Jo's going to be there.
No way. Are you
Yes,
serious right now?
so Amy Jo Johnson's going to be there.
Okay, here I have a story to tell everyone, okay? So, I have met all of the original members of uh of Power Rangers. So, the only one that I never got a chance to see is someone that I never will get a chance to see, and that was uh uh I want to say Tommy Oliver. That was his actual name in the show, but uh
You mean?
Jason David Frank. And it's upsetting that he's no longer here. But rightfully so. The year that I went to go see went to Awesome Con, he was there, but his line was rapping. His line was no less than
You
two and a
saw
half.
all the original ones?
Yeah,
You saw Black Ranger.
yep. The year that me and you
How'd
went,
you be Trini?
not Trini, the
Okay.
living original. The year that me and you
Oh,
went, Karen Ashley, who is the Aisha.
yes.
The year that I met her, I
So
met
she's not an original.
she's one of the she's the
Ah,
living
Boogie with the
original.
Bear.
Yes. So, now she is the so when they tour as an original group, she tours with them because she is the oldest living original ranger, Yellow Ranger. Um
Oh, because of, okay, got it, got it, got it, got it, got it.
so when that year I met her, which I really did want, if whether Trini was alive or not, I think number one, I think Karen Ashley is a phenomenal person. I think that she's done, and if you ever look up, she has old shows on YouTube, and it's called Uncensored Talk with Karen Ashley, where she actually was able to. She would do an episode a week where she would go in depth talking to different rangers about different things, and she was able to get rangers and people from different even background characters, people that used to run the juice bar in the Zeo Ranger era, the lady that ran that, like just awesome. And she got Super Sentai Rangers from Japan to sit down with her along with the regular Rangers from America. So things that she's done for the fan base is just phenomenal. She does not
Did
get the
she
credit
stop?
she deserves. Huh?
Did she stop?
Yeah, she stopped. I don't know why she stopped. I don't know what happened or what it was. I know that she's touring a lot. I think that maybe touring through conventions got popular again, so maybe that's where she makes her money. And she just didn't have time for the show anymore. But at one point in time, she was posting videos every single week of this stuff, and it was called Uncensored Talk with Karen Ashley. But yeah, I met her and I mentioned that I was a part of the fan club, and she was just like, "You're a part," and it is called the Boogie with the Bear fan club. Um,
Wow.
and so she was like, "You're a part of the fan club." I was like, "Yeah, I became a part of the fan club," and so we were just chatting about her fan club and all this other type of stuff. It was incredible.
Yeah, he
One
was
of
up the line.
I was
No, he
I
was up the line. There was a line behind him. Meanwhile, I ended up meeting someone that I totally regret. Out of all the people for me to meet while Jay was just meeting all these Power Rangers, I meet what's her name from Smallville? What
oh,
is her name? Alice
in
Mack.
Allison Mack. Oh my
We all know about
god.
her. So I'm sitting there taking a picture and smiling like, had no idea she was recruiting. Jesus.
Thank God you didn't take Cole with
I
you.
know.
Jesus Christ.
Glad I
I
anybody with me. It was
I know.
mm,
What is going on, man? Okay, so that's a whole other subject
that
for
is a
another.
whole oh,
But because we can talk about the downfall of the cast of Smallville. Like it's just I don't know. There are certain tragedies that just strike whole show. The entire
like they need to live true to the actual theme song of Somebody Save Me.
The entire show of Smallville, the entire show of Glee. There are certain shows I feel that are just cursed, and I don't know. But shout out to Amber Riley. That I hope that curse never touches her. She's doing a phenomenal job. But
And so let's name all the Rangers you've actually met. So you met Karen Ashley, Yellow
yes,
Ranger. Um,
I've
you met Zach.
yep, I met Zach the Black Ranger same day.
W- They were there together.
Yep,
Okay,
same day, and they were there together.
keep going.
Blue Ranger, I met
Wait, Original Blue,
yep, Original Blue. He was
Billy.
there too. Yep, Billy was there. I met him same day. I met all three of them in the same day. So I was like, okay, I've already got a collection. I
I,
gotta keep this
Billy was
going.
there already. All right, so then who's after that?
Okay, so years later, I went back and we were walking through the convention, me and some friends of mine, and this was not in the celebrity corner. It was not in the celebrity area. This was we were walking by and we saw a poster, and the poster was of um, Austin St. John, who was the Red Ranger. Had there was a poster of him just behind a regular booth, just walking by, and we were just like, "Oh, that's actually really cool." I was like, "Are they doing like autographs or something like that?" I was like, "What are they doing?" Out walks Austin St. John. He had just come back from lunch and he walks right by us and he was like, "Oh, hey guys, did you want a picture or something like that?" And I lost my mind. I was just like, "Yo," I was like, "You're Austin St. John." He was just like, "Yeah, yeah, man." And so he comes from behind the booth, shakes my hand, shakes my friend's hand, starts talking to us. There's a whole line forming. He's just shooting the crap with us and just hanging out. And he was just like, "Are
Wow.
you enjoying the convention?" Blah 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 blah. And we're just like, "Yeah, it's been a great time." So we paid for it. Got I got a picture with him as well. Incredible. But out of the all five Rangers, there's only one Ranger that I did not have that experience with, and that was Amy Jo Johnson. I did meet her. Years after that, I went back to AwesomeCon. I found out she was going to be there, and instead of going to her booth, I bought the Amy Jo Johnson package. I said, there is no way that I'm leaving this convention without getting a picture with her. I'm feeling it. I'm paying the money. And that was an even worse experience than just waiting in line at the booth because it was literally like this. They were like picture, 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 and people were going through the line. So you run up, so they're like next, and so you run up. You're just like, "Hey, Amy, picture. Nice to meet you. Okay, next." And gone. That was the entire experience. If leaned in, we hugged. They take the picture, and I'm gone. She never even had the chance to say hi.
Wow.
And that wasn't her fault, that wasn't anybody's fault, that was just a part. I've never been a part of the picture taking ticket package before, where all those fans really care about is I want to put a picture up on my thing that I met them. But that's not what I care about. I care about the conversation that we have that I'm going to tell for the next year and year and year. So I want to go back now that she's there. I'm 100% going. I'm gonna go up to her booth. I'm not going to get the picture package, um, and then I'm going to probably pay even more just to sit there and talk to her. So because I gotta talk to her. I need to talk to her about Felicity. I need to talk to her about the fact that they used the Pink Ranger in Felicity and how she felt about that. Like, there's so many questions I want to ask her about her career. Um, so
I
yeah.
don't talk about that. Now, oh, dreams crushed. Oh,
Oh my god, because she is the ranger you will never get. She is the one, and the fact that I even got her picture was incredible. So I am still very happy and proud of that. But now I want to have that experience where I actually get to have a conversation with her. But yeah, you're right. Like she's the one that everyone's just like, you're never gonna get Amy Jo Johnson. Like, it's not gonna happen. So yeah, I'm looking forward
find
to it.
out this year if Javis gets to have the conversation. He cares more about the picture. I mean, he cares more about the conversation than the picture. So we hope that that dream comes true for you. And we're sorry that about the ones that have already passed. That it's so weird to hear that Power Rangers are passing away. That's not a
I
thought you
know.
think of, but is true. That they're human, and at a certain point, they reach a certain age because they were adults when we first started watching, and we were kids. So these people are in their, uh, are they in their 50s?
No, they're in their they're in their 40s, I believe, because I think they're doing the
Right?
20-year anniversary. Is this the 20-year or the 30-year
I
anniversary?
think maybe a 20 year.
20, at least 25. At least 25 years of Rangers, cuz Rangers started in like 92, 94, right?
Mm,
Anyway, so yeah, it's been a minute. And speaking of Power Rangers, it is a truly significant topic to bring up, because they are doing the special on Netflix, which is incredible. I cannot wait to see it.
what
And
Rita?
huh?
What do you think of Rita?
I
At
talked to
1,000 years, I
I
see.
talked to
Ain't it
so
good?
I've talked to so many different people that are just like, man, that is the laziest. It
I
really is.
my powers. Like like it's totally cliche to have a to be older and have a what's it they get the lipo or
Yeah.
injections that you get the facelift or whatever like that. It's like
Yep.
Rita Repulsa got a facelift and it just froze. So it's
And
just
I'm just like, how many actors that could they have gotten to just recast that role? Like, I'm just like, just recast it. I don't understand why they couldn't just recast it. Or they're doing so many incredible things. Huh?
the original person still alive.
She should be.
I think
She
so.
might not be. Because I know the original Rita Repulsa did actually pass away and they
Yeah,
recasted her halfway through. I
yeah.
don't know about the second one. I
Okay.
really don't. There's a chance. But yeah, you're right. So many have Yellow Rangers no longer with us, Green Rangers no longer with us, Red Rangers in legal battle, so he couldn't be in the special at all. And so it's just like
Wait, what was the legal battle?
he got arrested for he was and here's the
Austin
thing.
St. John?
Yeah.
No,
Uh
firefighter?
yes.
What happened?
This happened like a year and a half ago. And I don't believe that this was his fault, or maybe it's just me being a fan of his and not wanting it to be him, but he was a part of a of a scheme. He was a part of a donation scheme for COVID. And it was like him and like 30 other people
Mm.
that were all caught to be a part of this group that was taking donations for COVID relief funds, and it was going to them. And
Was it going to him?
that's what they say. That's what that they. I mean, this was not an investigation. This was a we got them situation. So I don't know what's going on with that. That was the last I heard, and that's the reason why he's not in this special, which is upsetting because I don't know if they had already started filming.
Why is Amy Jo not in it?
I know, I know. I don't understand.
I
Like I
don't
said,
have this kind of approval, and the main people. I don't even know how to even to discuss that. That's probably a whole nother episode of
and
why aren't there Rangers that need to be in this? And I love Zach. Zach's getting I think probably the most airtime on this from the trailers that I've seen. So kudos to him. But I'm like, it shouldn't take the other ones not being able to go or the one passing away for him to be able to be the leader.
I'm
It's just
saying
ridiculous.
that,
And like, how is Billy coming back? Because wasn't he supposed to be on a alien planet? And he's getting older, and if he came back to Earth, he would die because he would age too fast.
yeah,
That's how they left this storyline. So if they don't bring that back and explain that, I'm gonna be upset. Thinking
yeah.
I forgot about that. Because we always still want to keep seeing Billy. So you
Hmm.
better have a good reason for being able to finally have Billy back.
I completely agree. But some of the mysteries about this that I'm looking forward to, they very briefly showed Karen Ashley in the trailer. She was on video talking to them. So I hope that they do more with her because Karen Ashley is still in her prime. She can fight. I'm like they should have had her out there fighting. Like what are you doing? So
Well, she's supposed to be in Africa in the past.
don't
You remember?
stop. I do
She
remember she
she
stayed.
went to Africa in the past, and she sent someone as her replacement, and ended up being that other black woman, and she was like wearing the African clothes, and like, what is going on? So,
Yes.
and then she became the new
The
yellow.
new the new
So,
Yellow Ranger.
so
They gotta explain all this because
It,
they,
it's weird that I guess maybe people thought I forgot. I didn't forget that, like, because she was so important to me, being a black character, being a superhero.
yes.
So you want to know, but then when they decided to like let her go, I'm like, why? I didn't understand why, but when you're older, you understand why. Like, we get paid for a certain amount of time, they move on to the next thing, so they got to keep things new, hot, and original, blah blah blah, over and over again. But yeah, Tommy and a bunch of the other ones were still there for a very very long time, so they kind of had to pick who their favorites were, and I'm like, I wasn't a fan of that,
Yep.
uh, because I still want to see her. It's not like I didn't like the new black girl that came. She was very incredible as well, and she was really good in her character. But was
And I
fun.
think she was probably, besides Tommy, one of the only people to span so many different iterations of Power Ranger. She started in Zeo, went on to Turbo, and she was in the Turbo movie also. So she was in two separate series and a big budget movie, The New Black Girl. So it's crazy to think about, that she has all of these things under her resume that most of the Rangers don't, but they don't use her. They don't call her back for anything.
It's
So
interesting how wait, was she in? No, she's only in that one. Okay. I I keep watching the morph scene from Turbo, a Power Rangers movie. That's the only scene. Like when they morph, and
there's nothing like
the
that,
kid
man.
gets it wrong, and the way they look at him, it's just like I don't know. And then the way the music kicks in, it was like time to shift into Turbo, and then the music kicks in, and then they do it, but he does it wrong. Then they got to do it again,
Yes.
right? And then they transform. And then the way they just do the zoom in on Tommy and they turn the camera a certain way, like I have watched that scene probably, I would say a minimum maybe like 500 times. But just that scene,
Yeah.
like I have recorded it, I saved it, I have watched it on YouTube, and then finally I think it's on Hulu right now. So I have it saved on my Hulu playlist. So every once in a while I'll just watch that. It's just and I love it. It's one of my favorite scenes. But
Yeah, I'm gonna be watching that as soon as we get off of this show. Like, one of my favorite scenes too.
I've listened to the whole soundtrack from that movie several times over because it's actually
I
a really,
can't
really good
find it anywhere. I cannot find it.
YouTube.
Okay, yeah, I never thought about just going to YouTube.
I have a full like I have an account with YouTube to where I don't have to worry about the commercials or anything. So
Doggone it.
the songs just come right after another. So I have that on the playlist on there, and oh my gosh, that is amazing. So to bring it back full circle, you're definitely going to Awesome Con more now than ever because of Power Rangers. I'm gonna look up and see who else is gonna be there, but there's a lot of people in this particular one, particular Awesome Con that I really want to see. I think I'm actually gonna try and save up the money, but I'm a little bit nervous because I know I'm supposed to be taking a trip soon, so I'm hoping it's not around that time. Do you know what the date is for Awesome Con?
It's June something. If you give me 2 seconds, I can find out. But one of the big things that I'm actually, one of the big questions that I wanted to talk to you about now that I have you on here,
Got a minute?
is, what do you think about the fact that they particularly did not show the Yellow Ranger, but they showed her suit in that special? So the big rumor is the fact that in the show they're going to use her daughter, and her daughter is going to be, um the
What do
new Yellow Ranger.
the trailer actually shows what happens. She dies.
Yeah, but in later in the episode, they actually, you can see a glimpse of the Yellow Ranger suit. So as in, there's going to be a Yellow Ranger redone in this show.
Oh,
And of course, I wanted it to be Karen Ashley, but I think it's going to be her daughter.
it's definitely gonna be the daughter. It's a kid show,
Yeah.
and I have to remind myself it's not an adult show. It's a kid show. So they have her falling off a mountain after a fight. So it would have to go to the next person, and I'm sure that what they're gonna say is that Karen Ashley is like, "Oh, I'm with my family and stuff. We can't, but I know who the perfect person should be," and it
Yeah.
ends up being the daughter, and the daughter
Yeah.
like, "I'm gonna do my best, to show respect to my mom." Blah 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 blah. So It's a pretty cut and dry. We know what's gonna happen. I don't think there's anything that's gonna happen in that show that's gonna surprise us, unless the whole entire time they've been teasing the fact that Amy Jo Johnson is not actually gonna be in it, and then she shows up and does something. That would be the ultimate surprise and a happy thank you to the fans. Or Zordon comes back, or the other thing would be what is that guy's name?
Lord
Lord Zed.
Zed. Yes.
So
Yes.
because I don't understand why Rita's there, but Lord Zed isn't. Didn't they get married and have a family? So it's
Yes. And the thing about it is I don't care how bad it is acting wise.
correct.
I would watch a whole series of this, okay? You
Yeah.
want to give me 12 episodes of them? I'm perfectly cool with that.
If you're watching that series and being upset over the acting quality, then you were never a fan of the series. You don't watch those shows because of, oh my gosh, they really had a riveting story of how blah 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 this. No, that's not why I watched. I watched because you watched it when you were a kid. It was the only thing that was on that was completely different from anything you've ever seen, and you got addicted to it. People don't smoke now because they love smoke. They smoke now because they're addicted to smoking. That's just how it is. I'm addicted to Power Rangers. I watch it because that's what I've been doing all this time. I've never seen something that really grabs me. People still, is it buttery? Like, that's the most stupidest thing in the world. But if you're a fan of Power Rangers and you do buttery, everybody knows, like, it grabs you every single time. Well, how you gonna have a boss who's Doggy Cruiser? That makes no sense. That's the most dumbest name in the world. But if you're a fan of Power Rangers, you're gonna watch and you're gonna enjoy it because that's just the style of what it is. You can't complain of the quality of Power Rangers. They're making like 5,000 episodes a day. They're under strenuous work. They're taking footage from other countries, then pasting it together to make a show. And they're really all real people are actually in the show for maybe 2 or 3 minutes out of the whole episode. That's why they're able to do so many episodes at one time. Give them a break. Stop looking for something great in that, and just
Yeah.
enjoy the nostalgia. You don't eat ice cream because it's good for you. You eat it because it tastes good, even though it's bad for you. That's why. That's what Power Rangers is, a great dessert that you can have and enjoy. And if you speak negative about it, you got issues because there's gonna be, yeah, so many things. That's why I can be able to sit there and talk about Rita having that metal face or whatever like that, because I'm a huge fan and I love the show. And I was wondering how they were gonna do that. And when they showed it, I was like, okay, that's the route they're gonna go. I'm gonna laugh my behind off seeing her scenes and not seeing her face move. But at the same time, no one else faces move. When you look at all her minions that were all around her, it's like they all had to say, and all the mouses move just up and down just like that. But yet they
Yep.
had a lot to say. Come on now.
Yep.
All
June
right,
16th through 18th is when Awesome Con is going to be.
all right, June 16th through June 18th, you guys will see us there. I'm actually gonna go see who else can go as well. It just needs to happen. Thank you, Javis, once again for another amazing episode. I look forward to next week and doing more. Thank you guys for whoever's watching. We're gonna do some things to kind of get some more views to get going on here. I think I was gonna wait till episode 20 to really kick it into gear for certain things. So we'll see what happens. We made it to episode 14, so I'm excited. You will just see episode 11, but episode 11 has episode 12 inside of it. I'm gonna break it apart eventually. That way it's 11 and 12, because I did not know it was recording the whole entire time, which ended up being pretty doggone awesome. So kudos to Restream
Really?
for keeping it going the whole entire time. So once again, thank you guys. Have a great, fantastic week. We'll see you next week. Keep it locked and loaded for more information. As always, thank you, Javis. And I'm gonna end it right now.